I share what I'm listening to and my thoughts on music and the business daily for free at helloyassine.com. What's poppin', y'all? One of the craziest finesses that have happened in a long time within hip-hop is barely being talked about, and that's this group named Drench season and what happened with Adam 22/No Jumper. So for some brief context on who Drench season is, they were the last people that were on a song with this rapper called Joker OTV. So if you're unfamiliar with Joker OTV was the alter ego of the individual by the name of Noah Scurry. Noah Scurry was a Philadelphia basketball player, apparently a great basketball player, as well as a star student. They said he had the highest SAT score in his class, which we need to get to those types of highlights very soon. But he was shot and killed in front of his mom. And this started to spread news reports, and people were talking about like, man, this poor kid. And that's what happened for several hours within hip hop. Within the mainstream, that's basically what happened for maybe a day or two. But quickly people found out, wait, hold on. This guy has an alter ego called Joker OTV, where he's around not only just rapping, but he's menacing. So he's involved in the streets, he's involved in gang activity. We don't know what other shootings he was involved in. And we would later find out that Joker OTV was the individual who killed Gilly the Kid's son. Gilly the Kid, one half of the duo for $1 Million Worth of Game, one of the biggest podcasts in hip hop. And Gilly confirms that Joker OTV killed his son Cheese in an interview with Shannon Sharpe.
I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gilly? It used to be like, the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
Them blocks is beefing, they going through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son's not from that block. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So Drench season was in the last Joker OTV music video. So this clearly, after Joker OTV dies, there's an influx of attention on Drench season. And with that, people want more information on Joker OTV. Videos on Joker OTV do friggin' crazy numbers. I mean, Trapler Ross recently did one. A bunch of other people have done them, and they all do crazy figures. Why haven't I done one? Like I said, I usually try to avoid that section of hip hop. It's not that I think people are wrong for doing it. I just prefer to talk about other things for the most part. With that being said, Adam 22/No Jumper reaches out to these guys. All right, yo, this is a crazy story. Keep in mind, No Jumper has also interviewed Pop Smoke's killer. They were the first people to interview him. So this isn't out of their playbook. What happens is Drench season posts a FaceTime call with Adam and says, who the hell gave Adam my number? So they're apparently talking to Adam and letting him know that they're willing to do an interview. Likely they want to be flown out or have their flights paid for. When you use flown out, it starts to sound like Diddy accusations, which, man, Diddy is if we're talking about innocent until proven guilty, Diddy is the perfect example of the opposite of that within the public. Regardless, I'm not going on a tangent, trust me. So they end up doing the interview. I'm guessing their flights got paid for, and Adam 22 probably thinks, okay, this is great. We're going to get a background on Joker OTV. We're going to get more on the story, and we're going to break a lot of new information because these guys were not talking. They had their mouths zipped. They didn't say anything about Joker OTV. So once they get on the interview, they get asked about Gilly going on Shannon Sharpe. And this is what they had to say.
How did you feel when Gilly went on Shannon Sharpe's podcast and said the Joker?
Yeah, we got a show April 5th.
Yeah, we got a show in Philly April 5th.
April 5th. Y'all got to come
Drench
through that.
season in France.
Philadelphia.
I'm bringing out Drop One.
Show me
Tuvio.
tomorrow. We're going to turn the whole
You didn't see
city
that
up.
Gilly clip?
No, but I seen that show that I'm about to throw.
That shit going to turn the whole city up.
And they also get asked about Joker OTV, and they didn't really want to talk about it.
So I think you got on everybody's attention. Like that's when everybody started paying attention to you after Noah Scurry, the basketball player, he had passed away, and then y'all had a music video that dropped. I think it was called "Swing Your Doors," right?
Swing My Door.
Swing My Door.
I was always told don't run to the internet with your problems. You feel me? You don't never run to the internet with your problems. I feel like that's like the problems with niggas. Like every time something happens, they always run to the internet. They always on the internet. Bro. So like that shit just look weird when they could carry it different.
And then when they're asked about, and these kids are quite they came prepared. They did their homework, and I really don't think they're dumb, because when Adam 22 has a pretty good question, a good setup to the question, that if they answered it, it would pretty much admit that Noah Scurry was Joker OTV. This was the response that they had.
I ain't really trying to speak on shit.
But when you guys did that video together, like, where'd that idea even come from? Because he's like a basketball superstar, right? So how'd you guys decide, like, that he wanted to get into rapping?
I did a video with Joker, bro.
Uh-huh. So you're saying that's not the same person as Noah?
I did a video with Joker, bro. I don't know Joker from playing ball and shit, bro. I knew Joker just did a video with Joker,
Just on
bro.
some rap shit.
Bro, but yeah, it was a rap. I ain't even ever see Joker. I don't even know who under the mask, bro. Did a video with Joker, bro.
So
Every time I seen him, he always had that mask on, bro. No bullshit.
Damn. So you never really knew the basketball star or the person with a real good GPA version of him? That wasn't something that was exposed to you?
I don't think they're the same person.
Well, that is an interesting theory.
So they make sure to keep a clear distinction between, hey, we did music with Joker OTV. We don't know what he was on. We don't know if that's Noah Scurry. That ain't Noah Scurry to us. We don't know a Noah Scurry. And, man, hats off, because these guys, it's clear they didn't come to play ball. Because even in the beginning of the interview, they showed that it was going to be a tough time.
Why the name Drench Season? Break that down.
Drench season, like, raining on everybody, like, that shit, like, bro, it's a lot to that shit, like,
You came up with it, or like somebody gave it to you?
season, like, used to run away, started calling me that shit. And then the season, that was like some rap shit.
So after that clip, they go on to tell their age, which Adam 22 apparently didn't know before getting them on. And some people will like call out Adam on this, and I don't think he necessarily said anything inappropriate to these guys, even though they were underage. And Adam 22 is clearly, with a lot of SoundCloud rappers back in the day who were underage and interviewed them. So it's not a bad thing to interview them. But he was shocked because I don't think anybody thought that they were going to be this young, maybe 18, 17. But these guys, they didn't want to say their age. They were still in high school. But I think they're around 16 years old. So I'm going to play you guys that clip.
Definitely. When you were a kid, though, I feel like Philly has this crazy reputation now where people talk about it like it's one of the wildest cities in America. Did it feel like that when you were a kid, too? Or is that kind of more recent?
Bro, like, I don't know. I don't, like, we young from Philly, like, we still, like, we still kids for real, I ain't even gonna lie. So, like, we wouldn't, like, this is just what we know for real, like, it's just.
You fresh out of high school right now?
I'm still in high school.
You're in high school?
Yeah.
How old are you, 18?
No.
17?
I don't really want to say my age.
Wow. That's crazy. Young and turnt.
Young and turnt.
Man.
And this quickly gets worse. So Adam 22 looks over at Remo, his co-host, who I'm guessing is the one that was the person who got these guys. Because Adam 22 has Remo to do a lot of the research, has him find the news stories. He's younger. He's plugged in. I think he's the one who linked No Jumper up with Dave Blunt's initially, unless it was somebody else. But I'm pretty sure Remo was the first time I ever saw Dave Blunt's. Regardless, this interview goes on and on. It's like pulling teeth. But the reason why I give these guys credit is because Drench season has kept it solid, if you want to call it that. This is Philly rapper. And since Noah Scurry, Joker OTV passed away, this guy has been dropping music nonstop. He's dropped 4 music videos. He dropped Pop My Ish. He dropped Joker, where he doesn't talk about Joker OTV at all. So he leverages and capitalizes on the situation that's going on with the hype around Joker OTV. Drops a song called Joker. I don't even think he says R.I.P. Joker in it. I listened to the song. He drops a song called Free Rackies, and he drops a song called Bag Getter. Music videos for all of them. And these are picking up steam when you compare it to his old music videos, right? He had 12K 7 months ago, and I'm guessing some of these others just started to accumulate views. So he's capitalizing on the situation. He knows there's a lot of hype, and there are rumors going around in the YouTube comment sections and stuff saying that Drench Season was the one who backdoored Noah Scurry or Joker OTV, which I think these are some fan theories. I'm not willing to look too deep into that because you start throwing out wild accusations. Remember when people were saying the wrong person killed Pop Smoke and they were pointing at this other guy saying he set them up? That can really derail someone's life. But this guy, he has not felt the need to say anything about the situation. If he threw up an RIP, it was maybe once the guy passed away. But that's the thing. If he's not Joker OTV, Noah Scurry, then where is Joker OTV? So these guys, they're active in the streets. They don't feel the pressure to need to conform to the internet. They're young, 16. This just tells me Philly is built really different. And usually people would come in and tell the whole story, but these guys didn't. And then they get really disrespectful to Adam's wife, Lena. And this is an interesting concept for them to act on, because the only thing that Adam 22 cares about or is liable to get upset about is his daughter and his wife. That's it. Not his friends. I mean, like, we saw what happened with a lot of old friends that he's had. Not acquaintances, nothing. It's just his wife. And some people will say, well, he lets his wife get smashed by other dudes. How is that respecting her? Listen, man, I'm not going to try to understand that realm of logic. But if insults are thrown at his wife, it's evident. It's the only time you see his facial expression change, his tone of voice change, him express that he's upset by it. And these guys get to talking crazy after Adam 22 tries to throw a couple of Hail Marys in there, asking them about Kensington, Quaney. Kensington is the area in Philadelphia where some YouTubers have been, as well as people like Skrilla, the rapper, has been there. And OT7 Quaney, I think he's been there, but he's another Philly rapper who had static with Meek Mill. So these guys, they didn't want to get asked about these people. And he asks them about them, so they get to getting disrespectful. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Hey, man, fake, bro. Like, since we like on the topic of a good interview, bro, like, what's up with Lena?
She's good. How's she doing?
Like, what's up with that though? Like,
you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lena.
You beat your meat to that?
Whoa.
What?
Yo, hold on. Look, hold on.
Popular.
Like Adam, now you making shit weird because, like, you feel me? You know, me and bro under 18 now.
We
you feel me? Now you gotta make it shit weird.
Don't academics me.
Me and bro under 18, bro. Now you making shit weird, Adam.
You watching porn? You're under 18.
Hey, Adam, bro, you're making shit weird.
So you go to Pornhub and you say you're over 18 even though you're not?
Bro. Why you want to discuss this
problematic
with me?
And they get so disrespectful that they call his wife a smut, bitch, to his face.
Telling you how unrealistic that is.
She's not my favorite porn star. She's one of my favorite smut bitches. You feel me? And that's just a smut bitch I want to knock off the list.
Bitch, yo, we came down.
That's a bitch I want to knock off the list.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Really, that's a crazy way to talk about my wife too. I understand you guys are young gooners and you fucking masturbate to her and shit like that, but calling her a smut bitch, that's kind of crazy.
That's a quick.
So this is the most disrespectful I think it's ever gotten on No Jumper. Like, there was a situation with Ruga where Ruger was ready to throw hands and Ruga felt like he was being disrespected by Adam. I don't think it would have gotten to the violent part of this. I get a couple of questions from here, and some people will say this was a bad move by these guys, that they were burning bridges, quote unquote. But the thing is, No Jumper is a media company. They're not necessarily the music industry, and they're more interested in stories than they are about these guys' music. And most of us are really more interested in the story than these guys' music. We don't know their music. Granted, now I've listened to this guy's music because of this situation. I would have never clicked on this interview otherwise. So I listened to his music because of this situation. I found out about his music because of this situation. I actually enjoyed the song Bad Get. I'm like, okay, this guy can actually rap. It's not some BS. And I like how he conducts himself with the Joker situation where he tries to just not talk about it, because it's also building up this anticipation. Because if you give people what they want and you tell them, hey, I messed with Joker, we had this type of relationship, this is who he was, etc., not only will people start to get into talking about you being a snitch, I guess, but are these people keeping it solid behind the grave? Like, the guy's dead and they still don't want to talk about him? Regardless, you're not giving them what they want, so they keep thinking they're going to get what they want. But you're building up momentum and you're building up hype for something you may never talk about. So there's this endless stream of attention. It's not endless, but there's this long stream of attention that he's going to keep getting on his music. And eventually, I think a lot of people are going to say, man, you know what? Joker OTV's dead. This guy's kind of hard. And the assumption that people make is that these guys were boys or that he set him up to be backdoored when all they did was music together. There are a ton of people that are like, yo, we in the city, we don't got beef or static with each other. None of our homies got beef or static with each other. We're both going up. Let's hop on a track together. And they hop on a track together. Now, do I think it's more likely that they were actually linked up? Yes, I do. But we can't force that on anybody, or we can't force that theory onto anybody. So they could have just been people that worked together once, and then what? He's supposed to keep talking about the guy and give all the information on him and look a certain way. So Adam 22, obviously he has to play delicate with these guys. He wasn't going to do anything. He wasn't going to get violent with them, even if they were adults. I don't think so. So then after the interview, they post on their story and say, whenever a platform actually wants to speak on my music and my goals, then we can do a great interview. I ain't come 3,000 miles to entice drama and beef. This is the thing. The drama and beef that they got asked about, I will be fair, doesn't involve them. Like whatever Noah Scurry and Joker OTV, assuming that these guys are not rolling with the same gang, had nothing to do with Gilly's son. So them being asked about it is a bit far removed. Would most people answer that question? Yes, I think so. But that doesn't mean they're entitled to answer it. And I think they just use this opportunity to get in front of a bigger audience. And this is the thing. A lot of people say, oh, this was a bad move. They disrespected the host. I think this is the best move that they could have made looking back on it. Because, number one, if they just tell the story, sure. Does it get much attention on their music? I don't know. Probably not. Like, interviews don't really do too much for your music. It's the whole package. Like if you see a rapper everywhere and they're doing interviews, it's the fact that they're everywhere that may get you to check out their music. But one particular interview, unless it's centered around the music, like for instance, the Jello Tweaker song, that wasn't necessarily an interview, but that was a music clip that was part of a live stream, and the focus on the clip was the music, and that spreads. But interviews, they're usually just talking. So unless you're a crazy personality, people are unlikely to just go check out the music. And even if you're a crazy personality, they may just follow you. So they had this opportunity. And there are a lot of people that watch No Jumper that hate Adam 22, or that want to see him embarrassed, or that don't like, they may just not like him in general. And some people will think that's odd. Listen, that's just the nature of the, like Vlad. Do you think the majority of people that watch Vlad like Vlad? No. The majority of people, well, not majority. I would say majority for Vlad, because a lot of people, they dislike Vlad more than any other audience, I would say. A lot of people, not majority, that watch academics don't necessarily like academics. They like the entertainment. They like the content. Even for me, there are a bunch of people, I would say like a handful of people that probably watch me that are like, that's maybe see a title and a thumbnail and they're like, man, let me see what this whole ass say about this. And they don't like me. They don't necessarily like my opinions. Maybe they find the content interesting or what I have to say interesting, but they don't like me. So if something bad happened to me, they would laugh, they would celebrate. Same situation with Adam 22, except to a way higher degree, obviously. So I think this situation will get them a ton of fans, maybe even street fans, maybe even young people that don't like Adam 22 because, yo, you embarrassed that guy to his face, you disrespected his wife, you stood tall, you didn't talk about the situation, you finessed them out of a flight, you got to LA and you did your thing. So I think this is actually more beneficial for them than if they played ball, because let's keep it a buck, man. If these guys played ball, they gave a good interview, Adam 22, No Jumper, they're handshaking him saying, thanks, we paid you guys, we compensated you. Okay, they're not going to start posting their music and plastering them everywhere, and they're not entitled to. The deal was for the interview, and these guys seemingly capitalized on it in a way that benefited them most. Will they be getting asked on other interviews after? Potentially, because now they're going to be asked about the situation with Adam 22. So do you want to entice drama or beef or not? Because I could totally see them getting asked about this. And getting asked about your music is tough because a lot of the music is the story behind it. And the story behind it is these guys are clearly, these Philly guys, they're active without a doubt. These young dudes in Philly, and people want to know more about that than necessarily what's just oh, hey, like, where'd you record this? What are they going to talk about in the music? You're talking about getting active in the music. So that's what confuses me. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Check out this dude Drench Season's music. Let me know if you mess with it. I kind of mess with it. I listened to like 2-3 songs. I think he's got some going. He's actually rapping, and I didn't think he was that young. But actually, one more question that I had. These guys are 16 or 15. They get to LA, right? Let's say they had their flight and whatever paid for it. How the hell are they getting Ubers? How are they can't rent a car. How are they getting Ubers? They're under 18. Do they got a credit card? How are they financing themselves whilst there? Like, sure, there's like, you can buy stuff with cash when it comes to food and other things, but how are you getting transport without Uber? I'm pretty sure you can't have the app underage. So I don't know. Is it under their parents? These are the types of questions that come into my mind. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Go to helloyassine.com. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.